If you've been thinking about including more video on your site and especially on your blog, this one is for you. I'm Nikki Elledge Brown, the communication stylist, and in this video I want to give you my best tips on writing a script for a video blog post. A little bit of context here. So I may have a course about writing your site, which I do. It's called A Course About Copy, but I actually love public speaking and video. Those are my preferred forms of connecting and communicating with people. In fact, most of the recipes that I use in A Course About Copy stemmed from my experience teaching public speaking at the college level for 7 years before I started my business. So to me, it's all intertwined because it's all about conversational writing, conversational public speaking. You get the drift. It's about just showing up as you actually are in a real conversation and trying to clear through all of the stuff and the fear and the weird stuff that ends up blocking you from just showing up as yourself, whether you're writing or doing video or speaking in front of a large or medium group of people. Okay, so I know writing your site is important. Having it's not practical to have an entire site that is filled with video and audio, and some people literally have to read in order to hear what you have to say. So yes, we do need to write our site. That's all necessary. But if you've been playing with this idea of video, I think that's for a reason, and I just want to give you a tool, a 4-step recipe to help you outline whatever your blog post video may be. I came up with this recipe whenever I was creating my videos, my micro lessons for A Course About Copy Summer School, which is now A Course About Copy Prep School. It was a library of 20 micro lessons, meaning less than 2 minutes each. And I knew with less than 2 minutes, I really needed to get to my point quickly and it needed to be clear. And I also wanted each and every one of the lessons to have some kind of thread throughout it. There's some kind of consistency. So this is the recipe. Number 1, attention getter. Number 2, intro. Number 3, nugget. I'll explain that in a second. And then number 4, homework. So let's go through each of those parts. The first part is the attention getter, and it can be really quick, like whatever I just said a couple minutes ago at the beginning of this video. It's just something to let them know why they should listen. It gives them an idea of what the video is going to be about. I recommend doing this on your About page at the top of every page. You've got to get their attention by letting them know, hey, this is something of value to you. You don't start with number 2, which is the intro, because who cares? Who cares if I'm Nikki Elledge Brown? Who knows who Nikki Elledge Brown is? What if somebody just found me on YouTube? Why would they want to listen just based on my name? They probably wouldn't. But once I've got their attention, then I can say I'm Nikki Elledge Brown so that it's not this awkward elephant in the room and I'm just assuming, of course, you know who I am if you're watching this video. A note on that, some people say, I'm Nikki Elledge Brown of NikkiElledgeBrown.com. Go for that if you want to. To me, it feels a little weird because it's literally just myname.com, so it feels a bit redundant. If you have a course and you want to say creator of A Course About Copy, that's cool too. Keep it short and sweet. And then move right on into the nugget, okay? So this was just, I was considering it the golden nugget for all of the micro lessons, like the main point of each one. And it was actually refreshing and liberating if you do want to set a time limit for yourself because you can only have one main point. So the nugget is that golden nugget, that one teachable thing that you really want to get across and share in this video. If you're doing micro lessons, maybe you just want to stick to one. If you're doing a longer blog post, then maybe you have like 3 to 5 nuggets of information, but you don't want to overload people, okay? So you've got attention getter, intro, the nugget, and then the last thing is the homework. So the homework could be things like asking them to share or to subscribe, but I also like just doing something really specific. Like actually I call it homework because I'm a nerd, I love school, all of my branding relates to a course and teaching and homework. But maybe you want to just ask someone, it's their action step, or it's just about commenting below, or whatever the case is. You just want to give them one specific thing that they can do to take action on whatever the nugget was that you just told them. So that's the recipe. 4 steps, attention getter, intro, nugget, and homework. It can seriously be that simple. It doesn't even have to be long. If you're scared of doing your first video because you feel like it has to be this 10-minute thing, know that people got a kick out of those 2-minute videos, 90 seconds, often less. And there's huge value in that. Again, you can check it out at acourseboutcopy.com/prep if you want to see the videos and sign up for prep school. But truly, your videos don't have to be long, and nobody really has time for super long videos. And if it feels like it's a stream of consciousness and you just kind of pushed record and then just blah, 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 and then just ended wherever you ended, you know, maybe there's a place for that, and it's like journaling, and it's cathartic, and there's a place for it. But for the most part, blog posts, I feel like they need to have a structure, at least if you want to be really helpful. It just helps me to have a recipe. Hello, again, A Course About Copy is filled with this kind of stuff for every page of your site. So what I do is I have this little notebook, or any other little notebook. It really needs to be little if you want to try to keep yourself contained and not doing a 50-minute lecture on anything. And then I just write, like, okay, what would I say at the very beginning to get their attention, to let them know what's coming? Intro is easy. It's always the same thing, my name. And then the nugget, I just write a few main points, and then I'm really clear on the homework of whatever I'm actually going to have them do. So that's it. I'm going to keep it that simple. And now it's time for your homework. So I would love for you to take one idea from your whole idea bank of blog posts and apply this recipe. Maybe the next step is to actually record the video. That would be bonus points. I can tell you more about that later too. But actually apply this recipe to write a script, okay? So we're not really into the recording just yet. I have more tips for that. But write a script using this recipe, and then come back and report back and let us know how it goes. Or you can tell us what your video is going to be about, and then you can come back later once you've written it. But let us know in the comments below how you're going to apply this recipe and just try out a blog post. Again, it's a really great way for people to get to know you while you're in this in-between phase and you're trying to get your writing to match up more with your actual voice. It can kind of fill in the gaps and help people know, like, and trust you. It can be a lot of fun. I'm actually creating a brand new bonus for A Course About Copy called A Course About Copy for Video, where I'm going to go into more detail on my best tips and my setup and all that stuff. And it's only going to be available to people who are either currently in the class or they enroll in their first opportunity when they're signed up at acourseboutcopy.com. So if you want to know more about that, or you know you want to join and you want to get that bonus, I've got links all over the place where you can find out more about A Course About Copy. So in the meantime, if you liked this recipe, share this video with your friends. Would love it if you would subscribe on YouTube. At the very least, though, at NikkiElledgeBrown.com, please tell me once you've tried this video recipe. Let me know how it goes for you. You can do this. Okay, talk soon.